Clubhouse is very much so taking over the social media game. I mean, people spending hours upon days on this app. So in today's video, I wanted to go over 5 things that I've been testing over the past week of using the app that has helped me gain followers, get a lot of insane value out of the app. And again, just 5 things that I think you guys will really need to know when you're jumping onto Clubhouse. So let's get to it. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Aaron here from the Real Estate Marketing Guys. And as we said at the beginning, we're going to be going over 5 tips and tricks and 5 things that you must know when you're getting into Clubhouse. And it's going to help you, reap the benefits, especially when it's new and it hasn't really opened up into the public yet. So if you're seeing this video and you're like, what the heck is Clubhouse? I'm going to leave a link somewhere. I think it's going to be up here for the video. Check it out, all about what the app is, how to get invited and things like that. Because right now, again, it is an invite-only app. So before we jump too far into it and going into the 5 steps, highly recommend that you click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell right next to that. We're going to be doing a ton of videos here on Clubhouse here over the next couple of weeks and months, especially once, more features and things like that, more updates start to come out. And make sure you stay to step number 5 towards the end, because it's going to be something that I'm implementing right now that's helped me over the last 6 or 7 days gain over 700 actually, I think 800 followers at this point, and it's super powerful, so make sure you stay till that. But let's jump into step number 1. So the first thing that you need to know when going into Clubhouse is that the following is very different than that of other apps like Instagram and Facebook and things like that, right? The vanity metrics on those platforms are really, important to most people, and it's like you need to have a ton of followers and you can't follow anybody because that makes you look superior and that doesn't make you look as cool. But the cool part about Clubhouse is that the more people that you follow, you actually start to unlock a lot more really valuable conversations. So let me jump over to the phone and let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is my profile. I've been on the app for probably about 4 or 5 days at this point, and I have 400 or 700 followers, about 432 people following. There was a point where I was following like 600 people. But what happens is every single time you follow somebody, anytime that they are in a room themselves, right, when they're learning from somebody or they're listening in, you see what type of room that they're in, right? So you can see more of these rooms. When you first join Clubhouse, you're going to notice that there's not a bunch of people that you can see that are actually talking, but once you start following people is when you start to unlock some of those conversations. So for example, if I jump over to my phone, once again, this is my hallway is what they call it, right? So over here, you can see that if I scroll down here, I have a ton of people that I'm following, and each individual person in this room is who I'm actually following, right? So out of this list, there's like, I don't know, 15, 20 people that are there, and there's probably more people in this room that I actually follow as well, but it just allows you to unlock a ton of other conversations. And when you scroll through my feed, you're gonna see a lot of real estate stuff because I follow a lot of real estate people. So again, it really allows you to just, once you dial in on like who you're looking for, what is your niche, what do you really like to look at, what type of content do you like to consume, go follow all those people, and then you'll start to get notified once all of them start actually jumping onto the app, starting their rooms or rooms that they're also a part of. So jumping into tip number 2 is going to be a really quick bio hack, just so something you need to know when you're putting together your bio here on Clubhouse. So if I come up here, click the top right at my name, this is what my bio looks like. Now, what's going to happen is when you see somebody else's profile and you don't actually click all the way into it, and we'll show you what I mean in just a second, is they only see the top 3 lines in your bio, which means that portion is the most important, right? It's the most important for somebody to want to follow you or at least look a little bit more into what you have to offer. So for example, mine says, we help real estate agents, brokers, and teams dominate their market with YouTube, 170,000 subscribers, creator, 30 million organic views, right? And that's going to be the first thing that people can say. So if I went into, I'm going to say go into another room, obviously I can't, put the volume up of exactly what they're talking about, but someone that's up here at the top of the stage, if I was to click, let's say George, you can see down here, I only see the first 3 lines in their bio, but then once I click, I can see the entire thing. Or if I just click, let's say if I click Nick and I click view full profile, I can now see everything that he's talking about. So again, it's super important, especially when, you're hanging out in some of these rooms and you're having these conversations. Make sure that your bio, those first 3 lines, are optimized in a way that is going to, and it depends on your goal, right? If your goal is to, generate more of your ideal client, is make sure that it's catered to them. If you're trying to gain more followers, right, make sure that it's catered more towards somebody that would, let's say, it gives you a little bit more social proof. So again, make that first portion and do a couple things, right? It could hit on some pain points. It could hit on, exactly what they're looking for. It can showcase a really really powerful case study based on like your specific client. But again, I think the number one thing is to get really, really clear of what you want and then base those first 3 lines in your bio off of that. So again, you can attract the people to your profile and people to follow you based on what you're looking to do. Now, jumping into tip number 3 is kind of similar to the bio. I should probably put this one first, actually, but really just being able to optimize your profile picture. Now, as you can see with my profile picture, it's me with my crazy suit. I actually have it off there or over there off camera, but I also have the really bright green background. Now, I wouldn't suggest to go out and like copy the whole green background thing. Again, you can if you want to, but I think it's obviously it's a part of you to make sure that you are standing out and also you're playing to your brand. So what I would do is maybe switch the color, make it a brand specific color for you. But if I go back to this room right here, you can see people are getting really, really creative with it, right? So for example, Tony, he has kind of like an outline here, but like the other part of the picture matches the background. So it looks like, it's a little bit different here. Another idea is, this person down here, they have this purple, this person has their brand as their picture. This person has red outline. So again, the ideal solution or the ideal kind of plan here is to create something that is going to grab the attention of somebody and get them to click on your profile. Because again, the bio is kind of pointless unless somebody clicks on your actual profile. So step number 1, make sure that your profile picture is optimized and you're grabbing attention and it's getting somebody to stop and be like, hey, that's kind of interesting. Let me click on that. And then of course, back to the second portion is just make sure that your bio is optimized. So at the end of the day, point number 3 is to make sure that your profile picture grabs attention, it stops the scroll and gets people over to your profile. So tip/hack/thing to know number 4 of jumping onto Clubhouse is going to be to make sure that your Instagram profile is optimized as well. So if you're watching this in January, there's probably going to be other changes coming here in the next couple of months of what types of profiles that you can add to your Clubhouse bio. But as I go up on here, I can click, at the bottom of my bio and you can connect your Twitter and your Instagram account. So when someone goes over to my Instagram, it's going to bring them to my profile and I want to make sure that this is optimized for what I want people to do. So again, if I'm an influencer, if I want to just gain followers, right, I want that to be catered more towards that type of person. For myself specifically, we help real estate agents, brokers, and teams grow their YouTube following. So I want a big majority of what my following or that, someone is to come to my Instagram profile, what I want them to see is content around all of that, right? So they can go to this and they can start consuming the content. They can start to learn a little bit more about me, right? So the content portion is a big part of it, but also making sure that you have some sort of link and you're utilizing as best as you can the link in your Instagram bio. Because Clubhouse doesn't have clickable links in their bio right now, you need a really streamlined and easy way for somebody that's listening to you on Clubhouse to be able to find you and see what you have to offer, right? So for example, for us, I have a link that goes to a separate landing page. There's other softwares out there. You can use Linktree, you can use a bunch of different things, but I just made mine specifically. I put a Facebook pixel on this page so that when somebody does come to the page, it pixels them and I can hit them on Facebook and Instagram with ads. But this allows me to, give them a couple links to other resources that they can take advantage of. So, we have a video specifically how to use Clubhouse. So again, if you haven't watched that video already and you're confused at this point on this video, click the link somewhere up here. You can click that and join. And then the second thing, I have my real estate YouTube channel. I have, how to grow on YouTube training. So a specific training. We have our podcast, our free YouTube group as well. So a bunch of different links and a bunch of different places that they can actually go see our stuff on, so that when I'm on these Clubhouse rooms, what I can say is, hey, so if you guys are enjoying all this stuff, make sure to click my Instagram and then go to the first link in my bio so that you can take advantage of what we're talking about today. There's a lot of really creative things that you can do with Clubhouse because of the kind of the functionality is so structured and it's so limited, which makes you have to be, very resourceful with the things that we actually have, like the Instagram profile you can connect to your Clubhouse bio. So again, step number 4, make sure, or tip number 4, whatever we're calling it at this point. Number 4, make sure that your Instagram profile is optimized not only with the content, but also with the link in your bio. And jumping into the tip number 5, things that you need to know about Clubhouse when you're getting into it. Number 5 is going to be make sure that you are actually talking in these rooms, asking questions and contributing to the conversation. So again, going back to the idea and the goal around Clubhouse. If your goal is just to listen and take in a bunch of valuable information, probably wouldn't implement this as much. But if your goal is to get your message out there, get in front of more people, at the end of the day, sign more clients and network with your ideal client, then you 100% need to do this. So I'm actually going to show you guys a really good example of this room that I'm in right now. I am actually a moderator in this room. Not only am I speaking, not only am I able to ask questions, but I can speak freely about, my idea about building a multi-million-dollar real estate business, right? So what this actually does is when I raise my hand right at the bottom, well, you can't see it here, but when I raise my hand, and you can raise your hand in these different rooms, what happens is you can come up, you can ask questions, and again, contribute to the conversation. Now, what happens here is because there's over 100 different people in this room, every single one of those people are seeing my picture, they're hearing me talk, and back to the couple of the other things that we talked about, my bio is optimized, I have links in my Instagram, and my profile picture stands out, is I gain a ton of followers literally from just sitting up here and answering questions, and sometimes literally just sitting up here because I'm a moderator and because I'm on the speaker panel. So if I go and click up here, I can probably just click my notification bell, and as you can see, 43 seconds ago, I got like 3 or 4 followers, and over just today only, I've gained over 83 followers. So it's very, very powerful. Again, I wouldn't use this as like, well, I'm just going to raise my hand and just sit up in the speaker box. No, I think that's kind of, I was going to say sleazy, but that's kind of dramatic, but I don't know. It's not me. I'm not just going to do that. I do want to contribute to the conversation. And when you can talk, when you can answer questions and give your insights on specific things, you're establishing yourself as the expert, you're establishing yourself as the authority in whatever you do. And that's pretty much it, guys. The 5 things that you need to know when you are jumping into Clubhouse, your tips, your tricks, whatever you want to call it at this point. But with all that being said, I think there's lots of opportunity with Clubhouse. I'm having a ton of fun, probably spending way too much time on it than I need to. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just remind you really quickly, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, recommend that you do so because we're going to be being extremely consistent with, of course, YouTube and other social media content. But I think more importantly, Clubhouse right now, because it's super, super valuable for the real estate industry. I mean, it's something where literally that room that I was just recording, there was the #1 real estate broker in the entire world. Like, there's no other place where you wouldn't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to ask this guy questions, to sit and listen to what he has to say and what he's been learning. I think he's like 74, 75. And it's just the amount of knowledge is insane, right? They're generating thousands of leads a day. They're doing insane numbers. So again, I'm not to sit here all day long and talk about how great Clubhouse is, but if you have not already gotten into the app, again, I'll leave a link somewhere on the screen right now so you can go ahead and check out the video of how to use it, how to get some invites, and we're just going to be posting a lot of different videos on it. So with that being said, guys, my name is Aaron from the Real Estate Marketing Guys, as well as Revamped Real Estate. If you have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments below. Also, leave a like on this video to showcase that you like the video, of course, as well as it'll get it to so many other people that might be confused about Clubhouse, how to get into it, and things like that. So again, guys, see you on the other side. Implement these tips. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the other side.